You have to see all the angles here. He really fucking slams that shit. He really slams it. So this is funny for many different reasons, which is why we need the angles. The first one is he breaks the lanyard. Like, not breaks, but you know, it detaches. He breaks the lanyard. He still has to pick up the queen. He frustratedly places it back on A5, the square he was trying to move it to. So, you know, just the chess player in him, he had to put it back on the square. The Grishuk shocked look as he's... Can you imagine? You decide to walk by Magnus's game and something goes so fucking wrong. He's like, it's truly like he showed up to a crime scene and placed his entire fingerprints on a murder weapon. And he's like, I didn't fucking... No, you don't understand. Like, this is insane. I had nothing to do with this. He's like, holy shit, man. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm not part of this. This is not me. Like, Jesus. You know, I don't want anything to do with this scandal, whatever it's going to be. Now, to talk about what actually happened here, Magnus is taking a pawn on A5 with his queen, but when he takes it, the queen slides away, and it's already, you can see, about to be off the table. So if the pawn was the only thing knocked off, Magnus truthfully could just ignore it. I mean, you're capturing a pawn, you put it off the table. Who cares if it goes to the fucking, like, next country? Just drop the queen on A5 and you're good. But the problem is he's losing his queen. Now, if Magnus was, like, really, really locked in, he would grab this spare queen here and drop it on A5. And I was so curious about what the official ruling on this would be that I got chess.com to ask one of the lead arbiters how they would rule that. And they said it would probably be okay to take a queen, a different queen, and put it on the same square and hit the clock, which would be remarkable if that happened. Like, that would be a very resourceful thing to process and execute with 2 seconds on the clock, right? Truly. So that's the clip. Grishuk is like, that's not me, bro. Okay, so now there's, you know, multiple angles, obviously. This is the chess-based India, like, I don't know how to describe it, so I'll just say, this is as if we just listened to a song, and now we're going to listen to the same song by T-Pain. Okay, so you see, yeah. Okay, really catching it, but it's a loud slam, like you can really hear it. This is what I would say is this is the version where you can see the most, in my opinion. Is there some better quality here? That's all they got for me? Hit him with the 720. Like, y'all got some quality on here? No? So you get to watch Ali Reza observe this. For sure Ali Reza found that funny and just like could not crack up in the moment. And then Magnus is asking, I don't know if you guys get, is a whisper, but I think I happen to know that he was asking a very smart question, by the way, and a whole other caveat to this, which is, you can see the mistake, obviously, you can see the queen slipping away, but what he tries to do is he tries to stop the clock, and he's very smart for attempting that. So obviously he takes, but look here, he tries to stop the clock. He tries to hit the button, but he's either unable to do it, he doesn't quite get it, or time already expired before he did it. And after, he asks the arbiter, and I think he's saying like, if I stop the clock, would that have been okay? And I think the arbiter was kind of giving an answer kind of like no. But realistically, if you stop the clock, you can make a case that you're able to go and fetch the queen. And it sounds crazy, but if you promote, if I promote a pawn, and I'm looking for the queen and it's not nearby, there was a famous case of this that happens a couple years ago, you're allowed to pause the clock in order to locate the queen that you need to promote. You're permitted to do that. So by similar logic, it's like, am I allowed to go and fetch the queen that I knocked off of the board? And then you can extend the logic and say, well, if I promote and I go to reach for the queen to promote to, but I knock it over, can I pause the clock to then go get it? And the answer is also yes, even though you caused the queen to fall. A topic that's debated, but in general, they seem to want to promote that. You have to be resourceful and know that it's even within your power to do so, but interesting that Magnus was trying to pause the clock, and I think he just didn't manage it. And then the final thing, as Anthony is alluding to, and this is what I was saying from the start, is at this point, once he plays queen takes a5 and there's chaos and the pieces are gone, right here, I would just slap that fucking clock. What's the worst you're going to do? Give Arjun Erigaisi 2 extra minutes? Who the fuck cares? It's an illegal move. Punish me for it. You're not going to lose the game. Like, you're not going to take me and tie me up and like, I'm going to be allowed to keep playing. Right? Like, there's no jail time for, like, you know what I'm saying? For sure he should have hit the clock. So in trying to do so many things correct, he tried to get the piece, then he tried to pause the clock. It's like he failed to do the obvious and just be a jackass and hit the clock. Hit the clock with your piece literally not on the board. And just see what happens. Because for sure, they're going to punish you in some way, but they're going to let you play the game. And at the end of the day, you have increment here. So I'm just saying, like, objectively speaking, that's what should have occurred here, in my opinion. And I think he was asking there, like, I can't stop the clock, right? And it's a fair question, and honestly, very smart to even think of it. He just didn't nail the execution of it. Okay, yada, yada, yada. People like to follow Magnus out of the playing hall. I don't support that. Then the other thing that happened was this.
Magnus making quick moves. We take on a 7 c2 will fall 2 as well, with the knight defending the d5 pawn. Maybe annoying. Knight to b5 probably coming. It's the rook. Whoa, wait. Okay, that.
Oh my goodness!
Right?
Did you drop
it is right. Rook? He did that. Oh my goodness! I thought it was a transmission error, man. Oh
he
my goodness!
Out of his seat right there.
Rook.
So he dropped the whole piece. Like, he literally hung a rook against Fabi. Tragic. And what is it? Chess 24. That same clip, but the Chess 24 version. I think it's this. This is the final one. This is Blitz. I would get nervous here. No, so this is the live commentary that I was doing with Canty. Just listen to the audio. That's all I'm going to say. Hey, this is Blitz. I would get nervous here about where to put the pieces. Queen on so many possible squares and goes to b6, but now pawns are dropping. That was, I'll translate that. That means Magnus lost on time. He could not get that move off. Queen to b6 played, but could not hit the clock in time, and clear frustration on the face of Magnus Carlsen. As there was a little bit of a pause too, because I was wondering, like, I wasn't sure if he was done the sound yet. I thought he might have a little more in him. b6, but now pawns are dropping. That was, I'll translate that. That means Magnus lost on time. He could not get that move off. I wasn't sure if bro had a little more in there,
Not
you know?
hit the clock in time.
I wasn't trying to interrupt him. Okay.